Hi YouTube, and this is JTrain997, back this time with another G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra review, and this time it's going to be Destro, the weapon supplier. Now, Destro is of course the main villain in Rise of Cobra. As you can see, he comes with a rifle that actually breaks down into two pieces, his missile launcher, a tiny handgun, and another tiny little blaster that looks like it has a peg that allows it to attach somewhere, and of course his base. So, you can see it there. Onto the back, Destro's file card says that Destro is the arrogant, egotistical founder of Mars Industries, and like his ancestors, a brilliant designer of military weapons that he sells to the highest bidder. His burn face is repaired with an injection of nanomites that heals the burns, but changes the skin into a silver mask. Preferred weapon, Mars Industries high oxidizing temperature flamethrower. So, yeah, and without spoiling anything, let's just say Cobra Commander actually does have a little something to do with Destro getting the mask, but he won't have the mask for long in the movie. It's mainly going to be him as regular old James McCullen. Without further ado, let's pull this guy out of the box. And here he is out of the box. Now, I wanted to go ahead and say that getting him on the base took a lot of doing, a lot more than I expected. You can see now he's pretty solidly attached, but his pegs are actually in the middle of his feet. Joe's pegs are usually in the heel. Them, with this new design, took an irritating amount of effort to actually get him to stick to the base. So I'm on to something else about the figure. This rifle, while it does stay sometimes pretty solidly, if you're going to do a lot of jostling around, it will fall loose, but it's not a huge issue. Really don't see why anyone would display it without both pieces, though. So, you know, who knows about that. Okay, on to, I have his other little rifle part right here. He can hold that as well. So, like, pop that in his hand. The jacket cuff actually kind of makes it awkward for him to hold the weapons, as you'll see there. Unless you bend his wrist out a little bit. Yeah, so he's definitely having some issues with his weapon holding. I have him holding his little pistol up here, which can actually be removed and placed in his holster. His articulation. He's a little bit bulkier than your normal figure. He still has the standard range of movement for the arms. The elbow joint, swiveling, wrist joint. Legs are hindered by the jacket. Bend at the knee. Ankle joint. Same for both legs and arms. Yeah, so, like I said, a lot of little issues I ran into with this figure. Of course, here's, once again, the pegs are being an issue. Here's his giant rocket launcher. Press the button. Nothing we haven't seen. So, overall, I have to say I'm pretty disappointed by this guy. Now, he's not a bad figure, but he is running into some issues with the base. His accessories do have a little bit of issues. Well, at least they're able to be stored, but they do have some issues. Head articulation is really hindered. So, without further ado, this is JTrain997. One of the major flaws I find with this figure is that him being the main villain of the movie, and as far as I know, Destro isn't getting another figure in this line, at least nowhere and soon. It's really just not, it's an average attempt. So I'd give it a 7. Surprisingly, this wouldn't be my first choice if you were going out to grab one. I know that's not going to hinder a lot of people because Destro is the main villain. But this is JTrain997. Destro gets a 7 out of 10. I did want to show a little side comparison real quick. Destro as compared to his predecessor, which so far, there's some similarities, but come on. So overall, JTrain997, and Destro gets a 7 out of 10. I'll see you soon, YouTube.